The face stared back from the poster, a youthful visage frozen in time. A child, barely a teenager, yet branded with the ominous title, FBI's Most Wanted. How could someone so young stray so far from innocence, their life a tapestry woven with threads of brilliance and darkness? This was a child, lost and running, their story a stark reminder of the fragility of youth. The world watched, a mixture of disbelief and morbid fascination gripping their collective conscience. A child prodigy turned rogue, their story a cautionary tale for a society grappling with the ever-evolving landscape of technology and its impact on young minds. He was a phantom, flickering across screens, leaving a trail of chaos in his wake, a stark reminder that even in the bright light of day, darkness could take root. From a young age, he had been drawn to the digital world, a realm where his mind, unconstrained by the limitations of the physical world, could soar. Computers became his playground, their intricate workings a source of endless fascination. Coding languages became his vernacular, the digital landscape his canvas. His parents, initially proud of their son's precociousness, remained oblivious to the darker potential lurking beneath the surface. They marveled at his abilities, attributing his reclusiveness to the eccentricities often associated with gifted children. The boy, adrift in a sea of code, found solace in the anonymity of the digital world. Online forums became his refuge, his interactions with like-minded individuals replacing real-world connections. He had found his tribe, a digital fraternity that celebrated his talents, fueling his ambition and, unknowingly, setting him on a collision course with the law. His curiosity, once a source of wonder, began to take on a darker hue. He delved into the shadowy corners of the internet, exploring the forbidden realms of hacking and cybercrime. The thrill of the unknown, the allure of power, proved intoxicating. He honed his skills, each successful hack fueling his confidence, pushing him further down a dangerous path. He justified his actions as victimless crimes, mere pranks that exploited vulnerabilities in systems he deemed flawed. His exploits, initially confined to the digital realm, soon spilled over into the real world. He manipulated data, disrupted services, and exposed secrets, his actions growing bolder with each passing day. The authorities took notice, their attention drawn to the increasingly brazen cyber attacks. The thrill of evasion, the knowledge that he was always one step ahead, only fueled his desire to push the boundaries further. He reveled in the cat-and-mouse game with the authorities, his ego inflated by the media attention his exploits garnered. The boy, once content with exposing vulnerabilities, now sought to profit from his skills. He ventured into the lucrative world of financial crime, his targets carefully chosen, his methods meticulous. Money, once a secondary concern, became a symbol of his success, a tangible measure of his power in a world increasingly governed by digital currencies. He surrounded himself with a small, trusted crew, individuals he had met online, their loyalty forged in the crucible of shared risk and reward. They operated in the shadows, their communication encrypted, their movements untraceable. As his crimes escalated, so too did the risks. The authorities, frustrated by his elusiveness, grew more determined to bring him to justice. Pressure mounted, resources were poured into the investigation, and the net began to close in on the young fugitive. The boy, accustomed to operating with impunity, found his world shrinking, his options dwindling. The weight of his actions, the consequences of his choices, began to dawn on him. The thrill of the chase had lost its luster, replaced by a gnawing fear, a constant sense of paranoia. Sleep became a luxury he could ill afford, his dreams haunted by visions of capture, his waking hours consumed by the need to stay one step ahead. The boy, once so sure of himself, began to question everything. The lines between right and wrong, once so clear, had become hopelessly blurred. The boy's story is a tragedy, a cautionary tale of brilliance gone astray. He was a victim of his own intellect, his mind a labyrinth where genius and recklessness danced a dangerous tango. The digital world, once a source of wonder and inspiration, had become his undoing, a seductive siren luring him onto the rocks of obsession and despair. In an age where technology reigns supreme, where access to information is limitless, and the lines between the real and the virtual are increasingly blurred, it is easy for young minds to become lost in the digital labyrinth. The allure of the unknown, the thrill of pushing boundaries, the seductive power of anonymity, can prove irresistible, particularly to those who feel misunderstood, ostracized, or alienated from the physical world. The boy's story is a stark reminder of the importance of guidance, of the need for parents, educators, and society as a whole to recognize the potential pitfalls of the digital age. We must strive to create a world where young people feel connected, supported, and empowered to use their technological prowess for good. We must teach them to navigate the digital landscape responsibly, to understand the consequences of their actions, and to recognize the importance of ethical behavior, both online and offline. The boy's story is a call to action. How does society respond to such a paradox? The child who is both a criminal mastermind and a vulnerable youth. The media, hungry for sensationalism, often paints a simplistic picture, focusing on the crime while neglecting the complex interplay of factors that contribute to such transgressions. The boy becomes a headline, a cautionary tale, his humanity lost in the rush to judge and condemn. But what about the societal structures that failed him? The lack of access to resources, the pressure to conform, the allure of a digital world that offered escape and acceptance? It requires a shift in perspective, a willingness to look beyond the surface and address the root causes of juvenile delinquency. We must move beyond blame and judgment and embrace a more empathetic approach, one that recognizes the inherent worth of every child, regardless of their mistakes. The digital age, while offering unprecedented opportunities for learning and connection, has also exacerbated existing inequalities. The digital divide, the gap between those with access to technology and those without, has created a new class system, one where opportunities are increasingly determined by digital literacy and access. For children growing up in underprivileged communities, the digital world can seem like a distant promise, a tantalizing glimpse into a world of possibilities they can only dream of accessing. This lack of access can have a profound impact on their educational attainment, their career prospects, and their ability to participate fully in society. The boy's story highlights the need to bridge this digital divide, to ensure that all children, regardless of their socioeconomic background, have equal opportunities to thrive in the digital age. The boy's story is a stark reminder that delinquency often stems from a sense of alienation, a feeling of being unseen and unheard. In a world saturated with information, it's easy for individuals, especially young people, to feel lost in the noise. The pressure to conform, to fit in, to live up to societal expectations can be overwhelming, leading some to seek solace and validation in alternative spaces, both online and offline. The digital world, with its promise of anonymity and escape, can be particularly alluring for young people struggling to find their place. Online communities can provide a sense of belonging, a space where they feel accepted and understood. However, these online spaces can also be echo chambers, reinforcing existing biases and pushing individuals towards extreme ideologies. It is crucial that we create environments, both online and offline, where young people feel safe to express themselves, to explore their identities, and to challenge societal norms without fear of judgment or reprisal. The boy's story is not an isolated incident. It is a symptom of a larger societal issue, a reflection of our collective failure to address the underlying factors that contribute to juvenile delinquency. Instead of resorting to punitive measures that often do more harm than good, we must focus on rehabilitation, on providing young offenders with the support and resources they need to turn their lives around. This includes access to mental health services, educational opportunities, and vocational training programs that can equip them with the skills and knowledge they need to become productive members of society. We must remember that children are not born criminals. They are products of their environment, shaped by the experiences they have and the opportunities they are afforded. When we create a society that invests in its youth, that provides them with the support and guidance they need to thrive, we create a safer, more just, and more equitable world for all. The boy's journey to the FBI's most wanted list is a stark reminder that prevention is always better than cure. We must shift our focus from reacting to delinquency to proactively addressing the root causes, creating an environment where young people are less likely to offend in the first place. Early intervention programs, particularly those targeting at-risk youth, play a crucial role in providing support and guidance during critical developmental years. These programs can offer a range of services, including academic support, mentoring, conflict resolution training, and substance abuse prevention programs, helping young people develop the skills and resilience they need to navigate life's challenges successfully. Furthermore, fostering strong family relationships and supportive communities is paramount. Parents, educators, and community leaders all have a role to play in providing guidance, setting boundaries, and fostering a sense of belonging. When young people feel supported and valued, when they have positive role models and a sense of purpose, they are less likely to engage in risky behavior. Finally, addressing systemic issues such as poverty, inequality, and lack of opportunity is crucial.